Alright, so first off, we like to say, Kal, Alal, Yahweh, Bashim, Yoshai, Bashim, Kakadash. To be honest, the Apostle Great Stone, and shalom to the brothers who do the work of the Lord sincerely and in truth. We are brothers from the Jimmy Maker camp, namely Brother Ash and
Brother Kanai.
Khan. And we're there with a little exhortation video. With the title basically, Beware of the Tempter. Right, we're entering some, what we would like to use is perilous times. Right, and things are get a little bit more hectic in terms of the trial of our faith, right? And we need now more than ever, we need to hold fast, as the scripture said, make this truth be with armor, right? Put on the whole armor of light, as the precept said, right? So we just get into the first precept right here. The phone is crazy sometimes, so you can hold it.
Alright, so this is 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8. Be sober,
Right.
be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
Right, so it's a be sober, right, and be vigilant. Now, we look up the word vigilant earlier. The phone don't have on service right now because it's on airplane mode to prevent people from calling. But if we can remember from the word, right, it basically means to be. You can bring up another phone. It basically means to be.
We can bring it out. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. So like about that. Right, but no more than ever, another word we can use is to be, circumspect even, right? You have to be aware of what takes place around you, right? And you have to judge everything that takes place around you spiritually, right? Now is not the time to look on things carnal, right?
Alright, so hold on. Vigilant. Alright, so this is from the BLB Concordance.
Right.
It's from the Greek word, and you can play it.
For a second.
Strong's G 1127. Gregareo.
Alright, so that's a Greek word for the word vigilant, right? And it means to watch, to
Right.
give strict attention to,
Right.
be cautious and active.
Right. You say you must watch, right? Be active and pay strict attention to, right? Because why? Because things that happen around you, things that take place around you right now, things where we basically meant to bring you off, right? So you have to be careful of the things we engage in, and be careful of the things them where you do or where you say or even allow, right? You have to be more vigilant, right? You need to watch more keenly. Right.
Because some temptations can be very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? It's as opposed to somebody coming and handing you a piece of pork and say, "Oh, eat that or buy your lunch," and it happen to be pork. Certain things can be some of those temptations can be in a more subtle form. You're not expecting it. Like for example, somebody asks you to buy them a lunch or buy them pork.
Right.
You understand? You making it possible for someone to access that, right? To commit that sin, right? You're like a conduit to that sin.
Right.
You're contributing to it. You see me? So you're guilty nonetheless.
Right. As it said in Romans, it said I finish is finished. Okay, first go to Romans. Romans 1.
Okay, sure.
And I think the point there 32. But alright, you can read from 28.
Alright, Romans chapter 1 verse 28, and it reads, "And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge,
Right.
Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind,
Right.
to do those things which are not convenient,
Right.
being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity,
Right.
whispers, backbiters, haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things,
Right.
disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection,
Right.
implacable,
Unmerciful.
unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
Right.
Not only do the same, Salak, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Right, so not only do the same, so all these things, not only people that do them, right, but people who have pleasure in them that do it, right? So if you assist in any way, shape, or form of these things, you know, then you're just as guilty, yo. Because I mean, as many Aka discussed earlier, if so be that a man will have to commit adultery with a woman, and him, you drive a car and him say, oh, listen, you can take me over to this woman's house. You know, it's not my woman, but you know, Ben or whatever. If you bring him, then you basically a partaking in the act, yo. You basically a partaking in the act. Right? You bring him, figure do the sin. Now, if they might say, I know you do it, so everything alright, you know, that's not the point. Right? The point is, we out here preach to people to repent from their sins and to move from the wicked ways.
Yeah, so you have to be an example.
So you need to be an example. So you can't help the person for do whatever wickedness, yo.
Because when you look at it, really, the scripture says we're supposed to be blameless in front of them. Right? It's supposed to be blameless. Now, if you go bring that man, right, to commit the adultery and then you go point it out and say, brother, you're wrong. Him can simply turn to you and say, but are you carry me?
Yeah.
Right? You're receiving a blame there. The scripture says you're supposed to be blameless.
Right? And we're supposed to expect them temptation here, yo. Right? Because them thing here are gonna come. Temptations not all the time will come to it straight up. It's sometimes it will come subtle. Right? So it might be a loved one said to you, you know, compromise your beliefs for satisfy my needs. Right? And that's a temptation. Right? Because that is the devil as a roaring lion going about seeking whom he may devour, yo. Just like our precept said. That's how he may come across. Right? That's why you can't let yourself careless. Right? You have to keep on.
Think about it, Peter. Or
yeah. Would you finish Peter?
No, I think so. We didn't come over to Romans.
Right? So you can't let yourself careless. Right? You have to be vigilant. You have to pay attention to these things. Right? Because the scripture also said to him that knoweth to do right and do it not, to him it is sin, yo. Just paraphrasing. Right? And we're soon go to the Hebrews. Right? But you know, we're going Matthew first, but finish Peter.
So it said, be sober, be vigilant,
right?
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Whom resisted steadfast in the faith, knowing the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world.
Right? The same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren around the world, yo. Because you know, all we're going to face the same type of tribulations, yo. All we're going to be tested. Right, if you be more general, all we are be tested and tried, yo. Right, so we need to keep our eyes out.
So this tribulation is like an instrument that is to make us stronger.
Okay.
You see me? So why you being tempted is constantly putting you under pressure. You see me? And you're gonna have this pressure right throughout, right? This is how the Most High gonna refine it.
Okay.
You see me? Through fire. You see me? Put us under that pressure. Right? Continuing, he said, but Yahweh of all grace, who had called us unto his eternal glory by a Mashiach Yahushai, after that he have suffered a while, make you perfect, because that is supposed to do.
Right.
Make you perfect.
Right.
Establish, strengthen, settle you.
Right. Right. So everything we're going through, you know, as brother says, is supposed to make us perfect. We get tried so we can come to perfection. Right. That is the aim. Right. We can jump over to Matthew 4.
Alright, so Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
Right.
And
so even our Lord had to go through this process of temptation.
Okay.
Right? Things might have been easier, you know, in your time of this truth, but they're 10, 15 years, whatever. It might be easier, but at this point, what they know is when things are get a little bit more turned up. Yeah, they get a little turned up. Right? So you need to be mindful, right? And listen to the situations that how I got you. Right?
And the scripture did say that the servant is not greater than the master. So likewise, we are going to face these things. Right? And it said, then was Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of Yahweh, command that these stones be made bread.
Right. So you see, where the situation is this, command these stones to make bread. No, nothing's wrong with eating bread. Right? But the integrity of the situation is that he was fasting. You see that? So he was supposed to eat any bread. Right? Because he was fast. Right? So I saw one time them something come across. You have as the word of music just now, you have to hold fast the integrity.
And if you look at the time in which the Lord was tempted, he was tempted when he was in a weak state.
Yeah, man.
When he was hungry. You understand? Right? And you see what he was tempted with? Food. You understand? So I saw some of these scenarios are going to play out. Right? You might think it just when you're in a particular situation and you'll be faced with a decision to do the wrong thing. You understand? Because of your current state and the affliction that you're facing. You understand? But the Lord did the right thing, which was to, basically not to turn the stone then.
The bread, right.
You understand?
Continue.
Alright, so verse 3, he said, and when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the son of man, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh.
Go ahead.
He said, then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, if thou be the son of man, the son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up.
Right, so the situation is this now, is that the tempter use scripture, right, for justify, to tell him what him tell the Lord to do. Right, so you have to be careful of eating that way too. Right, because you try that scripture to justify things we are going to do, yo.
Can.
Seeing?
And you tell yourself, say, right, you see, justification.
Right, but you see, the thing is not, once you enter this truth, I tell you this, once you enter this truth, then when a decision come up, you know immediately on the spot whether it's right or wrong. Because in your mind, your conscience are going to be a witness against you and say, listen, that's not right. Right, but then you find yourself, I go ask another brother, what do you think about this? You feel convinced, you say, oh, you can do it. Right? And then sometimes you find yourself, I even ask certain brothers, because certain brothers is right off the bat say, oh, no. But some brothers say, boy, and try to reason it out, and that's what you want. You want a string for hold on pan to pull yourself, So you can do whatever, but as you're going off, your conscience is getting right away.
At the end of the day, come back to your conscience, because by right, this is how you keep the law, You see me? You're supposed to have a conscience towards the law. You understand? And when you find yourself in a situation where you don't feel comfortable about it, is your conscience telling you something? You don't feel comfortable, so you try if you get some additional information to feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah, but you're quite the perfect precept about that. 1 Peter 2 and 31. I know what, finish this first, because we only have one left. One example left. You know what, we can just go back, because the point come out to that. We just follow the spirit. I think that's a 2 Peter first. No, hold on.
First Peter 3 and 16. It's having a good conscience.
Yeah, so that?
No, this one.
No, yeah, 3 and 21. Yeah. Right. Go ahead.
Alright, so 1 Peter chapter 3 verse 21, it said, the like figure whereunto even baptism doeth also now save us. Not the putting away of the filth of the flesh, but but the answer of a good conscience towards your hour.
Right, it's not put on the face of the flesh, but of a conscience. Right, so you know, and that's why I say in a Hebrew say, "You must write the law in your heart and your mind, yo." So you have a conscience towards it, right? So you know right and wrong, right? You're not. So you don't need about if you justify what you do, yo, because you know immediately what you if we are do, you know, it in the right or in the wrong, yo.
Can.
Right, so as me I say, you know, when things come up, you have to, as the first precept say, you have to be vigilant. Right, so you need to pay attention, yo. Right, and don't go off, don't go off in ignorance, yo.
Yeah. And one good way, can just make this point. One good way to pay attention, right, is as the word say, as the word vigilant go back to. It mean wake. It's to stay awake. Or you stay awake. You keep up to date with what is taking place around you. Being circumspect. You see me? That's a part of being vigilant, you know. You see me? So you can know what is to befall you. You see me? What will come up on you? What kind of perils are going to come up on you? You see me? Because when you check out your surrounding now, right, the things that the government are saying, they might affect you, you know. The laws, them legislation, them are passed to say, well, you know, to prevent the spread of whatsoever. You see me? These affect your current way of life now. You see me? And it gives you an indication as to what you need to pay attention to and what possibly might be the next move. You see me? So that in itself means, you know, it go back to the word itself, which is to what? Be weak. Right? That's how you be vigilant. Right? You look out for these temptations and so on. You see me? You look out what take place around you. You see me? And you pay keen attention to them and focus on them.
Next precept.
Hebrews 10.
Yeah, start at 23.
Alright, so Hebrews chapter 10 verse 23. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith,
Right.
without wavering.
Right.
For he is faithful that promised.
Right. So we need see the thing is, you know, as Yahweh said, in our Revelation, is the heart of your call, yo. Okay, if you lukewarm, I'm gonna spew you out. Right. So he's a witnessing against it. So he say, let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. Right. We need to hold fast in confidence. Right. That what we're doing is 100% truth, and the Lord, so be it we're part of the elect, He's going to deliver us, yo. Right? And all the things that were professed in the scriptures, right, all come to pass. Right? When if you hold fast, so wavering, because the truth is, this thing is at the door, right? And shit soon start getting real in terms of, you know, famine, unrest, you know, the martial law are going to step up, right? You know, them are going to enforce them chip here, which is the mark of the beast, right? And when going into that time, you have to know, you have to fully persuade your mind which side to stand on you, right? Because if you say no to that chip, that means you consider your job where you make a certain amount of money a month or a week or whatever, you're going to lose that, yo. Your family going to look down on you, right?
Which if I can quickly say that going to temptation too.
That's what I bring from that, right? Because it's going to be a temptation. Take it, yo, because your family going to turn against you, your woman going to turn against you, your kids going to turn against you. Right? Everybody you know all that is true to turn against you. And I must say, oh, you're stupid because you don't take this and where I go eat now when I eat and feed. You have to go find someone who's going to live when I want to see you around with. Or you know how you get pay bills, right? Your electricity get cut off, your gas get cut off. Right? Food in America, you know, your water get cut off. What you going to do? Right? And that's that temptation in itself. Right? You're going to be tempted to take that mark, yo, to take that chip. Right, so you need to stop wavering from now. If you're wavering now, you need to fully persuade and convince, because once this thing starts, right there, it won't be stopping until the Lord make him entrance. Especially for the men of the Lord. Go ahead.
He said, for he is faithful that promise.
Right.
And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
Right.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
Right, so not forsaking the assembling, you, right? Because that's when we're strongest, right? We're strongest when we're together, right? It's scripture say iron sharpeneth iron, so I'm on the countenance of his friend, you, right? That's when we're strongest when we're together, right? Now out by ourselves, right? Cause we, as he said up one verse, he said us consider one another provoking unto love and good works, right? When they run each other, that's what we do. We promote good works to each other, yeah. We promote, continuing the work of the Lord, right? And we keep in the spirit.
Which is why the brotherhood is important. See me? Paramount importance, because as the reason earlier, when you're there around the brothers, you focus on what you're supposed to focus on.
Can.
You understand? When you're there amongst other individuals in the world focusing on other shit, you find yourself, paying attention to those things that don't matter.
Can.
You understand? The same things that they pay attention to. But with the brotherhood, right, it keeps you focused.
Finish verse 25 up to 26 and you jump up to 35.
Alright, so 25 again. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much more as ye see the day approaching.
And so much more as ye see the day approaching. Right? That's where mindset supposed to stay. Right? For their own brotherhood, because the brotherhood is going to be the only thing you got. Once this thing starts, through the spirit and power of your heart, worship and shy. Right? It's going to be the only thing you got. Right? So if you're out there trying to be a lone wolf, the Most High guide you, but that's not the way to go, yo. The scripture say, don't forsake the assembly.
Can.
Right? Continue to 26.
It's 26. For if we sin willfully,
right,
after that we have received the knowledge of the truth,
right,
there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
Right, and this is a very important precept, yo, because if you sin willfully after you receive this knowledge, so if you willfully get caught in one of these traps, yo, seeing where these people are going to set for you, namely the tempter, or the devil seeking whom he may devour, right? There's no more remission for sin, yo, right? Because believe it or not, Yahweh shall not climb up on the cross, right? He must take him like where him get and him gone, right? So you need to be mindful, you need to fear the Lord, right? And if you keep the fear of the Lord in your mind at all times, right? And the best way to do that, I feel they're on the brotherhood at all the time, yo. Right, and keep in the spirit. Go ahead, Dr.
Let me just finish this. It's about a certain fearful looking for of judgment, right, and fire indignation which shall devour the adversaries.
Right.
Alright, so that will come to them. Alright. Verse 35, he say, cast not away, therefore, your confidence, which had great recompense of reward.
Right, so don't lose your confidence, yo. Don't lose your confidence in this truth. Don't lose your confidence in Yahweh Bashmi or Shai. Right, because there's great reward coming. Right, up above he say, because he's faithful that promised. Right, and until we say we are going to inherit the earth. Right, until we say we are the kings and priests. Right, until we say everything we sacrifice on the side, whether your house, land, your family, your wife, you're going to receive it tenfold, yo. Right, that's how we promise we. Right, so is it you believe that promise or you don't believe that promise?
Yeah.
Right, you need to push forward to that, yo.
On a deeper level as well, it goes back to the promise that was made to our four parents,
right,
our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? So, what was the promise? That we, as the act say, we are going to reign upon the face of earth here. Right? And we will be placed back in a land that was taken from us. You understand? And we're going to be in our right mind. You understand? Most of you are going to put the laws and so on in our hearts. Right? And you're going to do what? You see me? You're going to deliver we, which is the most important one. You're going to deliver we out of the hands of our enemies. You understand? So we're looking forward to that. And the Lord is not slack concerning his promise. Alright.
36.
So, 36, I say, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, we might receive the promise.
Go ahead.
He say, for yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, and will not tarry.
He say, he that will come and will not tarry, yo. Right, this on our precept say, though it tarry, wait for it. It will not tarry. Right, and at the point with the now, we're at the point at the end. As we say, everything, as brother said earlier, right, this is the year of prophecy, yo. Right, announced by the elders, Apostle Great Millstone. Right, this is the year of prophecy. And as we see from the year start, things one behind the other just keep on coming, yo. Right, as the brother said perfectly, you know, the devil has come down with great wrath, having a short period, yo, a short space. And trust me, I'm making moves. But I tell you this, as I said before, once this thing start, yo, once it start, there's no stopping, right? It's gonna be rioting. There's gonna be race war. There's gonna be a world war. There's gonna be
Okay.
famine.
Civil
more pestilence
unrest.
that come up on the earth. Civil unrest. There's gonna be sedition, right? There's gonna be no law and order, yo. Right? Where do you stand when these things start, yo? Right? Make sure you stand with the Lord, you have a bash me or shy. Right? So, you know, that was the final precept. You know, the video is edifying. I hope, you know, our point came across clear enough. You know, you brothers can get it. You have to step back.
No, that's pretty much it. I think the point I'm already established. And I personally feel that the video has a lot of edification to offer. You understand? One last thing is that the brother them supposed to remember that it's not a sprint race.
Endurance.
Race of endurance. So we're supposed to endure hardship right through. Right? And we're on the last lap right now. You understand? So now is the time we need to be in the right mindset around the brothers. You see me? You know, and welcoming the spirit of truth. You understand? Now is the time.
Right, so with that, shalom to the next one.